Alright guys, how are you all going? This is Myron here, and today I'm going to be showing you the easiest way to make coins in FIFA 16. Now when I say the easiest way, it is literally the easiest way, but at times not the most effective. This method is pretty well known. It is the 59-minute sniping method. I've made so many coins doing this method. Like later on in the video you will see I picked up a sterling for 3.1k and then he later on sold for 40k. It's really not that difficult to do using this method, but I'm going to show you some deals that I made and some really good players to make some coins on. Obviously what I do is, with the player I'm using, like in this example here I'm using sterling, I'll find his cheapest price and I'll legit just sit there and keep on clicking Y and backing out until I find a really good deal on him. Now you might be sitting here for around 10 minutes, you might be here for 20 seconds, it all depends. That's why I'm saying it's the easiest method but not always the most efficient method. Now I must warn you, you've got to be really careful with EA tax, especially if you're using 40 plus K. It doesn't matter too much when you're just starting or you have below 20k, but when you're above 40k it really comes into effect. So you've just got to be really careful. So I recommend making sure you're going to be making 4k, so at least you know with EA tax you'll still be making coins. As you see, or as you're about to see with Aubameyang, I actually lost some coins using him, thinking that I would make coins. Basically because EA take, I think it's 0.5% or just 5% of your coins. So right here I picked up Aubameyang for 2k less than his actual selling price, and before I picked this Aubameyang up I had 160k, and then after he sold I actually had 159k. Now I wouldn't really recommend this method if you've just started or you don't have that many coins, because if you're going to be using someone who goes for like 950 coins and then you buy him for 650 coins, you won't be making as much money as you would using other methods like bidding. But for example, if you use someone who's like a core, he's a centre back in the EPO, I think he's 77 rated. He usually goes for around 5k, but people like list him up for, I don't know, like I picked him up for 700 coins. He's a really good player to use. But if you're going to use someone who's like 1k, I wouldn't really recommend it. I just recommend you bidding on players. Like I was bidding on Harry Kane for 2.8k and he was selling for 3.5k. He was a really good player to use until I got some coins, around 10k coins, and then I was using Balassi because this was all on the web up, and on the web up he was actually going for 8k and I picked one up for 4k, and you know that's 4k profit. I'm not sure how much it actually was including EA tax, but I'm just gonna say 4k profit, and that got me to around 15k. And then I started using Godin. Now Godin was an amazing player for me. He was such a good player to use, especially for 59-minute sniping. Someone listed him up for I think 7.1k, and at the time he was selling for 15k. So when I got him for half his price basically, and then I listed him up for his next cheapest price. I'm not sure how much it was, and as I was going to search to see if mine was actually the cheapest, one popped up for 6.1k. So I made so many coins in like 10 minutes just with Godin. So as you can see right now, I did pick up sterling for 3.1k. I was pretty lucky. I was really fast to pick this one up. He ended up selling for 40k, which brought me to 78k. So then I could start using players like Aubameyang and Boateng to trade with. But in the meanwhile, while I was buying this one, I was checking to see if mine was the cheapest, because I actually just recently got another sterling and I listed him up, and then I was going to check to see if he was actually the cheapest or the price was the cheapest, and then this one popped up. I was so happy when I got this. I was so hyped. There was this one time when I got him all for 35k and I think he was selling for 42k. I was going to check to see if mine was the cheapest, and one popped up for 9.1k. I was so annoyed because I had 6k while my other Muller was listed up. I could have got that Muller, I would have made so much coins in him, but I just didn't have enough coins. It really annoyed me. But I don't know if people list those players up because they actually think that they're that much, or if it's an accident, because I know Sterling's cheapest, like I think his price range is 3k to 55k. I think Muller's is 9k to, oh I'm not sure, I just know the lowest one is 9k. So it must be an accident when they list it up, because you know when you go to list someone up, how their buy now is already at 3, or Sterling's is already at 3.1k. Someone must have accidentally done that. So you see there's a lot of mistakes made, so that's why this method can be so effective at times. But it's really rare, obviously, for players like Ronaldo to be listed up for the cheapest. If it is, then you'll be making a lot of money. This method can be really effective. You've just got to kind of know how much the player is, and you've got to know around, like, during the day, players, well, where I live, during the day the players are at their cheapest, and at nighttime they're always more expensive. I've made, I think, once I made a mistake where I got a bubble tank for I think 79k at night, and then he wouldn't sell, and then the next morning I woke up and he was like 75k. So then I waited at night and he did end up selling for like 83k. So you've just got to be careful. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you guys do end up using this method, and I did help a lot of you, because I know it can be hard trading, and especially when you start, it's really hard to make coins. But this method is effective, guys, if you use it correctly. Trust me, it's made me like 200k. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Click the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all next time.